Hi everyone, it's Kelly here from Spiritual Awakening Signs, and we've got a really exciting masterclass for you today. We are talking about chakra ascension. So this is our secret formula really to an easier, faster and even more enlightened spiritual awakening. This is the result of all the efforts of tried and tested different methods, approaches, energy healing that I've used both in my own awakening and with my clients over the last a long amount of years, 10 plus years. So I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you because it really is a fast track. If you're looking for an opportunity to make your awakening easier and really take the pressure off, this is definitely it. So we've got quite a lot to cover today. So we're going to talk about the real reason why your spiritual awakening is difficult, overwhelming, or maybe taking longer than you had hoped or expected. We're going to cover 7 ways that chakra blockages show up in your life. So actually looking at each individual chakra and just seeing, how might that manifest? What could that look like? So that you can check it out in your own life and how to clear them for good. We're covering 5 awakening transforming benefits of chakra clearing and alignment, and the incredible changes that it can bring. And of course, as promised, the secret formula to an easier, faster and more enlightened spiritual awakening to unlock the power of your chakras. It's really exciting stuff, and I think that when we explain how all of this works, I know that you'll be able to resonate with it because it's something that actually resonates within. It's more of an inbuilt thing. I think this is old forgotten knowledge, but we're bringing it all to the surface today. So as I always say, get yourself a cup of tea, get a little biscuit, some chocolate, whatever it is that you need to be able to sit and really be in the moment with this, because this is going to be the key to turning your entire awakening experience around, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Okay, so are we ready? Let's go. So the first thing that I want you to know, and really the main takeaway of this particular masterclass, is that if your awakening is difficult, if it's overwhelming, if it is taking a lot longer than you'd hoped, so maybe you're looking at it and you're thinking this has been going on for months, or this has been going on for years, like when is this going to get better? There's only one reason why that actually happens. So we're simplifying everything, bringing it right down to in a nutshell, to make it simple. Okay, there's only one reason why your awakening experience is like that, and it's because one or more of your chakras are blocked. Okay, now I know you first hear that, it sounds quite simplistic, and most people think, well, if I use an essential oil, or if I use the right crystal, that's going to unblock it, it's going to clear it. But in this case, it actually won't. Okay, that's not what's going to work for us when we're going through spiritual awakening, and I'll actually explain why just in a little moment. But in truth, unblocking all of your chakras is quite a complicated process, or it certainly can be. Spiritual awakening really catalyses a healing for every single one of your chakras right throughout your entire system. And if you can imagine that that's happening all at once, it kind of makes sense why most people feel as if maybe they're having some sort of breakdown when their awakening begins, or people question why they're, people say, I'm such a mess. I hear that all the time. I'm such a mess. Why am I like this? Why am I feeling like I can't cope? Well, that's the reason. And if you really imagine all of those chakras unleashing all of the issues that they hold, all the negative energy, all the pains, all the traumas, all at one time, I think we can both agree that someone is not going to be in their best space when that is happening. And it really is important to understand that when you go through a spiritual awakening, you will feel like a complete mess full of emotional issues. You will feel overwhelmed, and you'll probably feel that your life is lacking a lot of stability. That is normal to begin with, but it really ultimately is just guiding us to where we need to clear. Okay, so once all of our chakras have been activated by the awakening process, that means that everything negative that is stored within each one of those major chakras, and as you'll see, it's just like the sign on my door, you can see all the chakras there. That's a little kind of symbolism for the chakras. If you imagine what it's like when each one of those releases and starts to clear everything that it holds, and it's not just from this lifetime alone, it's from past lifetimes too. So there's a lot of negative energy, and what it really starts to do is pour out that negative energy, bring it up to the surface from every single chakra in an attempt to clear the chakra, to really ultimately establish that pure, unrestricted, unblocked connection to source. That's what brings enlightenment. So we really need the energy to move up through our chakra system, through each chakra, with no blocks, nothing getting in the way, nice and clear, and up out through the crown chakra and up to source. But unfortunately, we have been told that a little bit of essential oil or the right crystal or a certain practice is going to rectify this, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably be the first in this type of field to tell you that it absolutely 100% will not. And I know this from experience in my own awakening and also from working with clients as well for a long time. It won't do anything to help, and the reason that it won't fix it and it won't unblock it is because it doesn't actually address the root cause of any block or imbalance in your chakra. And the cause is the fact that it wasn't created by energy, it was created first by emotion. This is what most people miss. Your emotions affect your energies get blocked by negative emotion, by stored negative emotion, by traumas and energies that we can't let go of. That's what causes the problem. So to really clear and to heal those chakras, to really move through all of that, I mean, we're talking pains and traumas of current life, childhood, past lives, genetics, all of this is coming up at once. So in order for us to heal them, to really experience what we call chakra ascension, we have to, of course, heal and clear the emotion that each chakra is holding. And each chakra will represent something different. It will hold emotions and energies that are a little bit different. So we're going to talk more about this process of chakra ascension, and it really is a journey. It's a choice to move into it, but it's a journey, and it's about really delving into this sort of intricate web of those 7 different energy centers, those chakras within the body, and every single one, like I said, represents a unique little different facet of your being, of your soul, and that directly affects your mental, your emotional, your physical states and your energetic state too. So they're very, very important. But as we start to unearth that, as we start to clear those blockages in the chakras, we really start to speed the awakening process considerably. So this is where you want to be going. If your awakening feels like it's just taking too long, if it's like this is just going on a bit longer than I had planned, why is it taking so long, or even getting frustrated because you feel like you're not really moving forward the way that you would like. But what you can actually do is, if you use this process, if you unearth, if you clear and heal the blockages that are in each chakra of your system, you're going to speed the awakening process. You're going to make it much easier because it's going to ease all the pressure, and you're also going to sidestep, if you will, the usual chaos that awakening can bring. It brings a lot of chaos into our lives, and I know that probably if you're listening you'll resonate with this, because all those issues that need healing have to come to the surface, and that means that they're going to manifest in the 3D. That means that those emotional issues will take some sort of form, experience or situation in your daily life, so that your chakras have the opportunity to work it out and heal it in real time. And we really don't want to do that. We want to skip that part if we can. Now don't worry, it's not cheating. It's not like speeding through and you're not doing the work. You're doing the work before it gets a chance to manifest in the 3D. That's what starts to calm all the chaos. You're dealing with it before it gets the chance to manifest. And that's where things really take a turn, because it's just so difficult to move through awakening when all this stuff's coming up, and those blocks, they manifest problems. But if we can clear it, if we can really focus on clearing and healing it with this chakra ascension technique that I'm going to be sharing with you, we can awaken more easily. We can kind of scoot through darker patches of the awakening journey much more quickly. So you're not getting trapped in them, you're not staying in them longer than expected. You're just able to move through them quickly. You might even be able to avoid them altogether if you can resolve them in the emotional level before they get the chance to manifest. And you're going to have apart from the fact that your soul is going to heal very, very deeply, you're going to foster this much improved, this greater sense of balance and harmony within yourself. You're going to have a sense of vitality. You're going to have a sense of emotional stability, that stabilizing effect that is so difficult to get during awakening. You'll have mental clarity, and you'll have that really profound connection to your higher self and to the universe too. These are all natural parts of your chakras working at optimum levels. If they're really working healthily and well, then that's what you're going to experience. So, like I said, when we clear the emotion from those chakras, we're going to fast track the healing process. We're going to heal them fully, comprehensively. That's going to allow more light into the system. And that means that you're bringing more light into the energy system while you're also elevating yourself, and it's got a kind of combined frequency to it. And that's when we really begin to shine. That's when we begin to be seen. You know, this energy of when you're really standing in your authentic energy and people can see who you are. It makes a big shift. And I know that you're ready for it, because if you've been going through awakening this long, it's definitely a challenging thing. But we can definitely move through it, and what you're really going to do is continue this practice so that you can turn your chakra ascension journey into something that kind of becomes a guiding light for you, letting your energy lead the way, leading you towards this really profound inner transformation. You're going to experience fulfillment and alignment with your highest potential. It's really very powerful. So that's the kind of overview, which I know is quite a lot of information, but I hope that the way that I've explained it helps you to understand a bit more about the process, and now we're going to break it down a little bit more. Okay, I hope you're with me. Okay, so let's talk about unlocking the power of your energy centers. This is the chakra ascension journey. So let's talk a little bit about what it actually is. Well, the chakra ascension journey is, as I said before, it's a clearing, healing and aligning of your chakras. It's a process of taking control. So instead of being at the mercy of waiting, wondering, holding on in hopes that, you know, your awakening is going to somehow blow over, which unfortunately it won't. Once it starts, you're on the path, it's activated. But by actively choosing to investigate and to heal your chakras, whatever's in there, you can slow, or in some cases even completely halt the difficult challenges that they would otherwise have manifested in your life and in the 3D world, in order to help you resolve those issues, in order to help you work through them and surpass them. And there's a faster way to heal it and clear it than letting it manifest in the 3D, okay? So when this happens, obviously we're catalysing a process of ascension for every single chakra. This is where we're really getting into the content that people don't talk about. If you look at each individual chakra, it is an ascension for each specific chakra and what it stands for. So as you do that, you're going to raise your vibration, you're going to clear and balance your chakras so that the high frequency awakening energies can flow effortlessly through your system. Because what usually happens is, as they start to flow up, they start hitting against blocks in the heart chakra, throat chakra, crown chakra. You know, this is the way that they move up, they hit against blocks, and it's that causes the problem. That's what gets in the way of our clear intuition. That's what gets in the way of feeling connected and spiritually plugged in, feeling guided. And it's also a big part of the reason is you hit off those blocks, why it's one issue after another issue after, because every time you get that surge of awakening energy, it's hitting against all these different blocks and bringing them up in your life. So it can make things a bit of an emotional roller coaster, of course. But it really is the key. Honestly, it is the key to moving forward. The only other way is a longer, more difficult road. This is the fast way to do it, and you need to focus to be able to move through it, but I know that you can. And believe me when I say I tried everything on my spiritual awakening journey. I tried everything that I possibly could to make it easier, and I, really listened to the guidance that was out there, and it didn't help. It really didn't help. I had to discover these things for myself on my own experience of awakening and working with other people for more than 10 years now. This is the secret formula. And it's the process that I use with my clients, my one-to-one sessions, to help people to really blast through that dense energy, any of that negative energy that's in the chakras, because you want to move through it as quickly as possible and also as gently as possible too. You don't want to have awakening throwing you around any more than it really needs to in order to heal and clear. So let's talk a little bit about how those chakra blockages that are going to come up, how they show up in your life and how you can clear them. Okay, now like I said before, if your spiritual awakening is difficult, if it's overwhelming, if it's taken longer than you hoped, the cause is that one or more of your chakras are blocked. And I would say probably if you're going through spiritual awakening, most of your chakras are blocked, certainly to begin with. Okay, that's normal. There's nothing wrong with you. That is normal for spiritual awakening. But there's no debate about it. This process, that spiritual awakening process, causes a sort of hyperactivation of all the chakras all at one time. So this is why it's so completely overwhelming. So like I said, everything starts coming up. It starts to alert you to where there are blocks in your system. And you need to kind of imagine each chakra a little bit like a compass, like a cosmic compass that signals to you when imbalance has happened. So you know when there's something out of alignment, you know when something's wrong in your energy system, because things are going to be manifesting. There will be emotion coming up, there will be situations in your life, there will be problems showing up. That's when you know that things are out of alignment. So these signals, they're not coincidences. They're not just like, oh, isn't that strange? Isn't that strange is your little red flag to say, I need to be paying attention to what's coming up right now. But it can help if you have a little idea of what to look out for. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so let's talk about the 7 ways that chakra blockages can show up in your life so that you really know what it looks like. So first of all, if we're dealing with the root chakra, so that's at the very base of the spine, we're talking about grounding instability. Okay, so feeling disconnected, you might be feeling anxious, you might be struggling with lack of security in your life experience, and it can show up as challenges with finances, with finding or maintaining a home, keeping a stable home, or the fear that you won't survive, even if it doesn't make any sense. It's really odd when it happens, but it does come up. So that might be your root chakra, is just this, giving you this sort of plea that it needs balance. You need to pay attention to it. And then we've got the sacral chakra, so we're moving up through the system as we go. The sacral chakra is all about creative stagnation as a block. So if your creative inspiration is running dry, sacral issues quite often show up as a lack of passion or a lack of inspiration or ideas. It can really be a block in your creativity. And you might feel unable to move forward no matter what you do. That's quite often the signs that we get that the sacral chakra is signalling some sort of imbalance or block. And then we're on to the solar plexus chakra. I'm wondering if anyone's resonating with any of these signs already. I'm sure you will be. The solar plexus chakra, the block that we get there is diminished confidence or a sense of disempowerment. Okay, so if you are battling with self-doubt, criticism, feeling powerless, or you're experiencing digestive issues, that's where these energies affect us, your solar plexus chakra might be in need of a bit of attention. And it's also worth noting that trauma or abuse from narcissistic relationships or experiences quite often is stored there too. So if you've been through that in the past, there's a good chance that's coming up for you. Next, we've got the heart chakra. And the heart chakra, the block that shows up there is always emotional turmoil. It's always emotional. It's always of the heart, of course. So it might show up as an overwhelming sense of loneliness or isolation, even an inability to forgive, feeling that you can't move on, sadness or grief, feeling unworthy. That's a big one. These are the kind of heart communicators of imbalance. And then of course we've got the throat chakra. Throat chakra is always imbalanced and people are going through spiritual awakening because we've been here so many times trying to speak our truth, trying to communicate, and it causes a lot of problems. So of course the block there is communication hurdles. So if you're experiencing difficulty in expressing yourself, being honest about how you really feel, setting boundaries when you need to, saying no, or just finding your voice. Maybe you feel like you can't find your voice. That would signal there's probably a blockage in your throat chakra. And then of course we're on to the third eye chakra, so we're up here. And that usually is related to intuitive fog. So if your intuition is blocked, if it's confusing, if you're finding it hard to trust your intuition, or if you're lacking clarity in decision making, this is a big part of decision making, then your third eye chakra is probably a little bit clouded. And then of course we have the crown chakra, so right at the top of the head here. And the block there is a disconnection from spirituality. So feeling spiritually disconnected, unable to sense your guides, and having no sense of signs or guidance showing up. It can also manifest as struggling to find meaning in life as well. These things all tell us that your crown chakra is really looking for alignment at this time. So the good news is that we can go through this sort of enlightening quest. We can explore the mysteries of what's coming up in the chakras. It can be very interesting to discover those blockages, but the key is to decode them, to understand them, and to realign them through healing and clearing, which of course you can do with the chakra ascension process. And you really will find that things improve hugely. It makes such a difference. Now, excuse me a second. I'm going to have a little sip of tea. Need to look after my own throat chakra when I'm communicating all the time. Okay, so let's talk about some of the benefits now. So I want you to imagine a life where energy flows effortlessly, where your emotions find harmony and there's balance, and clarity becomes a constant companion. It's something that is there all the time. That's a space where you're in joyful expectation of your manifestations, and you are reassured, you know within that you're being guided. You know this within yourself. You're guided by that inner knowing. And that really is a relief when you've been going through awakening, because it can be very challenging and we really do need that little bit of guidance. Well, what we're talking about is really discovering the key to this transformative experience of spiritual awakening, and it is a little known approach. It's called chakra ascension. This is something that we've developed ourselves. I've developed it through working with clients over quite some time now, working with people going through awakening, because it's really about making sure that you are addressing the energy exactly where it's happening, which is in the chakras, and bringing healing, clearing and support to the energy centres. Because like I said before, chakras are the energetic gateways within us. They influence our emotions, our thoughts, our well-being, our health. It's our chakras that are responsible for how clear our intuition is, or maybe our healing abilities. It is the chakras that are really the most important thing there. So clearing and aligning those vital centres is like tuning an instrument, tuning it to make you embody more of your highest self, and doing that in a way that is just so easy, while also cultivating harmony in your life, making it a life that really resonates with you. So there's no doubt that it's definitely a positive thing, but let's talk about some of the transformative benefits that you're going to uncover. So you're going to spiritually awaken much more easily, that's a promise. You're going to speed through dark patches of spiritual awakening much more quickly, or you could avoid them altogether. So that's where we're like, dark night of the soul, you'll still probably have to go through it, but you can get through more quickly, and you can get through it with more understanding. And some of the smaller things you might be able to skip completely because you've already dealt with them. They don't need to manifest. You're going to heal the pains and traumas of this current lifetime, past lives, and even genetics too. So anything that exists within your ancestral line, you better believe if you're going through awakening, you're carrying all of that, because you're the energy that's come in to clear the family line. You're also going to be able to navigate life's challenges with more resilience and more clarity. And you're going to experience a profound and unblocked connection to not only your higher self, but to the universe as well, so that you've got that intuitive guidance all the time. So let's see if there's anything else we need to cover here. Right, we're almost there, good. So just to make it clear, chakra ascension, it's not really about having any sort of specific technique as such. It's about making the commitment to say, I know that my chakras are the ones that need the work. You might know which ones are blocked and you might not know, right? If you don't know, you can just work through those chakras singly and just kind of delve into what's really going on there. But what I would suggest is that you consider using energy healing to approach this on the same level that it was created, because what we're really going to try and do, the main focus is going to be to clear the emotion out of that chakra. Now you can do that the slow way, which I did for quite some time, and it was very frustrating. You can do it with traditional healing methods, you can do it with talk therapies. These things all do help. So taking a look at what themes are maybe held within my chakras, what themes stand out to me as a pain, as a hurt, as something that maybe I wish I could have skipped in my life, you know, and then being willing to open up that energy, to explore it, and then ultimately to heal it. But an easier way to do it is actually to use energy healing. If you use energy healing and you can set the healing tone to be clearing and healing all of your main chakras, and also the key is to be kind of pulling off that cloud of negative energy out of your space frequently, that's going to keep things really, really clear. Whereas any other approach that you do, it absolutely still work. You know, you need to decide what's right for you. It's not a will it work or won't it. Yes, it will work, but it's a slower way of working through it. Whereas if you can kind of set your energies to know how to deal with clearing and healing the chakras, to set it so that it's an automatic thing, that they release that negative energy, you're really going to get ahead of it and you're going to move through it much more quickly. Whereas if you go the slower route, it does still work, because people did it, had awakening for 20 years plus, you know, that's not an unheard of thing. But it takes a lot longer because you'll work through them as situations in your life. And I don't know about you, but that can get quite tiresome. I think when we get to this point of awakening, we've really had enough. We've really had enough of all the ups and downs and the emotional roller coaster that it can bring. So that would be my guidance to you. Approach it with energy healing if you can, because you'll move through it much more quickly. And it can be a little gentler as well if you're clearing heavier things. So let's have a little talk about what we learned today. So we learned that if your spiritual awakening is overwhelming, if it's extremely difficult, if it's taking a lot longer than expected, then one or more of your chakras are blocked. And we know that for anyone going through spiritual awakening, most of your chakras are probably going to be blocked, if not all. That's just part of being an old soul. You carry more, so there's more to clear, and that's okay. And we also talked about unlocking your energy centres and really stepping into the chakra ascension journey. We did that by talking about the blockages that come up and how they show up, how they show their imbalance in your daily life. So the root chakra, we're talking about instability, feeling ungrounded. The sacral chakra is creative stagnation. The solar plexus chakra is diminished confidence or a sense of disempowerment. The heart chakra is, of course, matters of the heart, emotional turmoil. The throat chakra is communication hurdles. The third eye chakra is mental fog and kind of really struggling to see ahead. And the crown chakra is a disconnection from your spirituality, your guides, your signs, your messages. But we also talked about the benefits of really delving into this, choosing this as a journey and deciding, this is it, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to heal and clear my soul, and I'm going to move forward in my awakening. So the benefits are that you will spiritually awaken more easily. You will speed through some of these dark patches of the awakening process so much more quickly, or you might avoid them altogether, which we would be like, oh, thank goodness, because it is really difficult when just too many things just keep coming at you. It's going to help you heal the pains and the traumas of your current life, your childhood, your past lives, and even your genetics, anything, any negative energy and patterning for life that is in your genetic field, you're going to be clearing that. And of course that doesn't just clear it for you, it clears it for the family line too. You're going to navigate life's challenges with more resilience, more clarity, that grounded space. I can handle this. It might be a bit stressful, or I might be a bit unsure, or problems still come up in life, but I know how to handle this, and I'm just going to take a big deep breath, and I'm going to find my way through. It's a very different energy than when you're all scattered and awakening's throwing all these emotions at you. And then the last transformative benefit of chakra healing, clearing and alignment is that you're going to experience a really profound and unblocked connection to source, to your higher self, to the universe. This is what it's all about. The awakening process is about clearing out that central line, that central column of you, where all your main chakras reside, so that when the energy moves up through, your connection is moving right up through the chakras. There's no blocks, it's smooth, it's clear, and right up to source, so that you can be connected all the time. And the clearer that your chakras are, the more of an unbroken connection you will have. It will be with you every minute of every day. And that's when you start to get the good parts of awakening. That's when you start to feel plugged in, you start to feel guided, you feel supported. It's a different energy. Now, we still need to live in the real world. Doesn't mean there aren't any problems. We still have our challenges, but it means that there's this centeredness to dealing with things, because you know that the universe is there and everything is unfolding for you, not against you, for you. It's a totally different energy. And I really would love that for you, because I know how hard it is to move through awakening. And when I moved through it myself, I didn't have any help. There wasn't a spiritual awakening mentor. The things that I found when I had scoured the internet, for a long time, were things that were channeled from other people, or it was information that I heard over and over again, but I found it wasn't really working. So it's really about, what is the fastest way that I can get to my destination as easily, as quickly and as gently as possible, because you don't want to be taking on any more emotional turmoil, which is the heart chakra, than you need to, because actually in the process of trying to deal with it, you can create further blocks in itself. We just want to get it all cleared. Well, the good news is, if you are ready to do that, to embark on this journey of chakra ascension, you don't need to seek out energy healers. You don't need to go do any sort of extensive energy healing training. You don't need to invest in costly repeated sessions. If you're ready to ease those awakening challenges by moving through this chakra ascension journey, I invite you to do that with me and our guides. It's called the Chakra Ascension meditation. So this is our brand new meditation, and it's really carefully designed and constructed purposely for this reason. So it's going to help you to unlock the power of your energy centers, to spiritually awaken much more quickly and easily, and create a clear, enlightened connection to your higher self and to the universe too. And the best part is, it can all be started in just about 10 minutes time. So what I would invite you to do is to take a look and see if it actually resonates with you. Now, if you haven't used any of our meditations before, here's how it goes. So they are a blend of the benefits of a sort of traditional guided meditation with energy healing and activations. It's just like having a personalised one-to-one energy healing session with me that's specifically tailored to your energy. And you'll wonder how. Well, it's because I work with a collection of high vibrational spirit guides, and they are here solely dedicated to helping us on the awakening pathway, to make sure we get to our destination of where we need to go. When you listen to the meditations, they go to work on your behalf whenever you listen, and as many times as you listen, they'll go to work on your behalf, and they start adjusting and activating, healing and clearing to levels that are appropriate for you, for your awakening and for your energies, because everybody's a little bit different. This isn't just, here's an energy set and it's all going to be the same for everyone. We're all a little bit different in our awakening. And it's going to help you to do lots of different things. It's going to ease your spiritual awakening distress. It's going to help you speed through those darker patches of awakening much more quickly, or avoid them altogether. It's going to help you heal the pains and traumas of your current life, past lives, and even your genetics that are stored within your chakras. It's going to help you to navigate life's challenges with much more resilience, clarity, centeredness, and you're going to experience a profound and unblocked connection, most important part, to your higher self and to the universe too. And I think that you'll find it really, really helpful. You can use it anytime that you need, anytime you think that there's just a little bit of something off, anytime that something shows up in your life, or even just as a standard practice. You can use the meditation, and you can use it again and again throughout your awakening journey to continue to purge and clear those chakras and get you moved ahead as quickly as we can and as gently as we can too. So I really hope that you enjoyed this masterclass. I'm looking forward to sharing so much more information with you, and the meditation is ready now, so take a little look below and just see if it resonates with you. Bye.